Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to share with you the books that I'm planning to read in August. August is Buwan ng Wika in the Philippines. We're essentially celebrating Filipino or Tagalog. So I'm gonna read some books that were written by Filipino authors to celebrate our language. And if you are not familiar, we do have a community. It's called Akdang Pinoy. And I'm gonna link everything down below so you can check it out as well. And they do have prompts for this year that I'm going to follow. Akdang Pinoy Readathon, it's actually their third year right now. It was a simple month-long celebration of Filipino books, but it has grown into a community. The goal and the mission of this group is to uplift Filipino authors, support local and indie publishers, and amplify the richness of Philippine literature. And I love that mission. This year's theme is Filipino Words, Filipino Stories. This readathon runs from August 1st to August 31st, and we have Pinoy as the prompt. P for Paraluman. Paraluman is a muse. It's a Tagalog term for a muse, and a person of captivating beauty, grace, or inspiration. We need to read a book written by a Filipino author. Bonus, choose one that features a beautiful woman on the cover. For this prompt, I am going to read The Newspaper Widow by Cecilia Manguera Brainard. Actually, I just bought this, so it's still in this cover. It has a beautiful Filipina on the cover, which I think is the widow. When her husband dies in 1909, Ines Marceda inherits his newspaper, which is running out of audience and funds. She soon finds that she's good at both the money side and the reporting side. The paper gets a scoop about the discovery of the body of a priest who had been missing several months, but any pleasure in Ines's coup is dampened when her son Andres is imprisoned on suspicion of murdering that priest, whose past turns out to be shadier than imagined. What follows is part detective story and part historical fiction, set in the Philippines 7 years after the conclusion of the Philippine-American War, which is from 1899 to 1902, that cemented the U.S. occupation of the islands. The mystery elements are competently plotted and the characters appealing in their charming long-distance romance with a hint of another yet to come. The book's signal virtue, though, is its big-hearted look at Filipino culture and society in 1909. That's my book for this prompt. The second prompt is for I, which is Ili. It's an Ilocano term for home, hometown, or village, a place where one belongs. So, read a book by a Filipino author that is set in your hometown, city, or province. This was a very challenging prompt for me because I don't have a book that is set in my hometown, except I would say I can consider El Filibusterismo or No Limitangere because it talks about Calamba, Laguna. That's my hometown. I don't have any other option because I don't want to read it again. I've been reading it for the longest time. I decided that I will consider my Ilocano roots, and for this one, I think I'm going to go with Colonia, a zombie apocalypse in colonial Philippines. Actually, it's set in Ilocos Norte, and I have families in Ilocos Sur and Ilocos Norte, I believe. But I can't find anything set in Isabela. I found a book set in Bicol, but I already bought this. So, let's just say Ilocos. Sa paparating ng mga bagong manlulupig ng Las Islas Filipinas, di kapwa-tao ang kalaban. Ang laban ay sa pagitan ng mga buhay at mga patay. Isang taong naghintay si Diego Magsaysay sa pagbabalik ng kanyang ama sa Las Islas Filipinas. Ngunit siya'y bigo, kaya'y napunta siya sa Ilocos Norte. Sa hindi inaasahang pagkakataon ay nasaksihan ni Diego ang pagbibitay sa 3 inosenteng Indio, at sa araw ding iyon ay kumalat ang misteryosong salot na siyang magbabago sa buong mundo. Kasama ang kanyang pangkat, magagawa kayang pigilan ni Diego ang pagkalat ng salot sa buong kalupaan at makamit ang kalayaan mula sa mga dayuhang mananakop? O patuloy bang dadaloy ang dugo sa bawat bayang madadaanan ng salot? Wow! reading. Very, very interesting. That's Colonia. Next prompt is Nanam. Did I pronounce that correctly? Nanam is hiligaynon for flavor, taste, or the enjoyment of good food. Read a book by a Filipino author that features Filipino cuisine or one with food in its title or on its covers. I actually have two options for this. Arsenic in Adobo is one. So, Arsenic in Adobo, Mia Manansala, is a cozy mystery novel about Lila or Lila Macapagal, a young woman who moves back home to a small Illinois town after a bad breakup to help save her family's Filipino restaurant. Her life turns upside down when a nasty food critic, who happens to be her ex-boyfriend, drops dead from arsenic poisoning right after eating at the restaurant. So this is, I think, a good book for that. Also very interesting that it's mysterious. It has mystery elements to it, which also is going to talk about food or Filipino food. So I love books with this type of theme. And the next prompt is Orog or Orog. It's Bicol, but I don't know this word. Utmost, greatest, or the very best, used to emphasize excellence or superiority. Read what you consider to be an outstanding book by a Filipino author. And I think this is a good prompt for this. This book has been in my TBR for the longest time, every year actually, of Akdang Pinoy. I'm planning to read this, and I think this is going to be the year that I will get to read and finish this. This is by Nick Joaquin, The Woman Who Had Two Navels. The Woman Who Had Two Navels. It follows Connie Escobar, a young elite Filipina who flees to Hong Kong and visits a veterinarian named Pepe Monson, claiming she has two belly buttons. The story uncovers her deep family trauma, including discovering an affair between her mother, I didn't know this, and her new husband, using her imagined second navel as a symbol of personal deception and the heavy burden of historical and familiar roots. Okay, that's very interesting, and I think it fits the prompt. The last prompt that we have here is Yari. It's Tausug. To read a book by a Filipino author set in contemporary day Philippines. I have a perfect book for that called Dead End by Rom Factolerin. And I believe this is post-pandemic Manila. Ang haba ng description dito sa likod, pero so I'm just gonna read Randy Villanueva's review, or ano ba tawag dito? Parang short information about the book. Sa pangalawang nobela ni Rom Factolerin, ang post-pandemic na Maynila ay tila isang nabubulok na sugat. Ang Dead End ay nagsisilbing kronika ng pagkawasak ng syudad, ng kanya-kanyang mga institusyon, ng mga katawan at ng mga alaala. Dito ang dalamhati ay nilulunok kasama ng pang-araw-araw na mga ritual ng pamumuhay. Inilalahad ng mga pira-pirasong tagpong tila mga short film, ang isang kwentong nasa bingit na ng nihilismo pero hindi tuluyan nagpapakain dito. Naghahamon ang lengguwahe ng kwentong ito, rumaragasa, walang sinasanto. Mabangis ang mga tagpo pero wari galing sa isang lugar na puno ng mga personal na sugat. Walang kompromiso at hindi para sa mahihina ang loob. Ang Dead End ay humahamon sa ating maging saksi. So I think this is gonna be an eye-opener book. Also has some illustrations. So I'm very, very excited to read this one for that prompt. Those are the books that I'm going to read for Akdang Pinoy, which is going to be my priority for this month. But I also have some other options here that I've been meaning to read. Just basically want to finish already. Anne of the Avonlea, the second book in the Anne of Green Gables series, As Good as Dead, the third book in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher, Glow of the Everflame, the second book after Spark of the Everflame, which I really loved, and hopefully I can finish Moby Dick this month. I'm 50% of my way through the book. There's no pressure, like I know it's going to be a very challenging book to finish, and it's very, very long. Yeah, those are the books that I'm planning to read for the month of August. If you have a TBR, the books that you recently bought, and if you're planning to join the Akdang Pinoy Readathon for August 1 to 31, feel free to comment down below the books that you're planning to read. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye!